Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth Weimiller, and it is May of 2023, which means you're getting your May updates. And let's just jump right in on what's happening in May. It's not as much going on as April had going on, but there is a lot going on in May. So just things to keep in mind. Remember, Mercury went retrograde April 21st. It's going to remain retrograde until May 14th. This means that May is going to start off more slowly or more, you know, it's really, it's going to start more slowly. It's a time of self-reflection. It's a time of rest and resetting. It's a great time to readjust your plans. Not a time to start new projects, but it can be if you come up with ideas, just kind of set them aside for right now. And then once Mercury goes direct, you can hit the ground running on those ideas. One of the keys is Mars and Mercury until May 10th are still in Parivartana Yoga. They're still connected. So there's still that extreme and powerful connection between the two. Really a time still, the first 10 days of May. I'd probably say the first 11 days of May while the energy dissipates. Higher accident potential, could be more aggressive communication, but again, just kind of go with the flow. Be patient. Put those patient pants on. Leave extra time when going places. The weather could be up and down a little bit, but one of the things to also keep in mind that even once Mars moves out of Gemini and breaks that connection, Mercury will still be in a Mars-ruled sign. So there will still be some of that need to watch accident proneness. There's still going to be a need to watch the aggressive communication. Kind of all of those things. It's just not going to be quite as intense, but there is still that need once they are no longer connected. Because of the retrograde, Mercury is not going to exit Aries until June 7th. So once it starts moving direct, you will feel that energy really move forward, pick up, start moving ahead. But Mercury will be in Aries until June 7th. Remember, side note, I do use sidereal, the sidereal system. So yeah, that's slightly different than tropical. I wrote an article, go check it out, or get my newsletter. Sign up below for the newsletter, like and follow these videos, do my quick little plugs. One of the other things, last month, Jupiter did transit into the sign of Aries, where it's going to stay until May 1st, 2024. If you missed that special email of what to expect, really, sign up for my newsletter because they get access to that information, or head on over and check it out on my blog, elizabethweimiller.com. Excuse me. May 1st and May 2nd, May 1st to May 2nd, both days through that period, however you want to frame it. Retrograde Mercury is going to be exactly conjunct the sun. This can bring out the best of the planets. At the same time, it could also have the potential to magnify communication problems and travel delays. So just keep an eye, leave extra time. If you're flying, just be prepared to sit. Know there could be travel delays. And it's Mercury retrograde, so of course there's the potential for travel delays. You're getting a double hit on that. On the positive side, when Mercury is conjunct the sun, it's really a time where wisdom can be given to us. And it's really being open and listening to that wisdom and allowing it to digest and soak in, and really taking the time to either meditate or journal or be open to the symbolism of things. So if you see a hawk fly across your path, or a snake slither across your path, or a fox run across your path, Google that symbolism, see what it says, see what it's asking you to look for. Also, great time, pay attention to your dreams. Always good to pay attention. Some don't dream, some dream, they don't remember their dreams, some remember their dreams. If you dream and remember it, write it down. Kind of look up the symbolism within that dream. Any of these things I just mentioned, also good to incorporate into your everyday life on a regular basis, because you never know what you're going to get in information. May 2nd, Venus is going to leave its sign of Taurus and enter the Mercury-ruled sign of Gemini. Gemini, it's a time that's more social. It can be creative. There can be creative ideas, inventions. It can be a time where you see the beauty in everyday things. I would just really suggest slowing down, taking that minute to really enjoy the little things, enjoy the moment, spend time in that moment, because that moment's never going to be the same again. Like, every moment is just moving forward and building on each other. So take the time and enjoy them. May 5th, we're going to have a full moon, which is also going to be a lunar eclipse at 20 degrees of Libra. This full moon will be with the node of the moon, K2. We may find our emotions kind of ebb and flow a bit more on that day. You could feel detached and more critical of yourself. really remember to give yourself grace. This is one of my favorite expressions. I've been saying it for years. Just giving yourself grace can be so powerful on whatever you're doing. Because of the full moon being opposite the retrograde Mercury, it's an even better time to bring those projects to completion. So really make sure you're finishing them up, work on getting them done. The other thing, we're going to have a new moon at 4 degrees of Taurus on May 19th as well. So just keep that in mind. The moons are always powerful, and the full by the time you hit the new moon, then that can be a great time to start projects. Because remember, between a full moon and a new moon, you want to finish projects, not start them. And between a new moon and a full moon, so starting May 19th, Mercury will be direct, great time to start projects, and you'll have that moon energy working in your favor. May 9th, the Sun and Uranus are going to be exactly conjunct. They have been in the same sign since April 14th, but this exact conjunction can really pack a punch. On this day, absolutely expect the unexpected. I would also say a few days before and a few days after, but it's really going to be more magnified because of how tight that conjunction is, being that same degree. So it could be something around leaders or unexpected travel issues. Because Mercury is also stationing around that date. It's starting to really slow down to start turning direct again. So just keep that in mind. During that period, also keep in mind, there could be a greater probability of disagreements and conflicts, especially if you let your ego manage it and take control. So try to keep your ego out of it, try to stay humble, and that will help in this situation. May 10th, Mars will transit into Cancer. So this is Mars' weakest transit in the zodiac. It transits through Cancer about every 2 years because of how long it takes Mars to get around the zodiac. All this means is that it takes more for Mars to express its energy. It can be a time where you kind of feel down, where you feel you're lacking energy. It can be a time where you have difficulty focusing or even be slow to start on things or trouble getting started. Add to that Mercury retrograde for the start, first couple days of this transit. The moon does rule Cancer, so it rules because it rules our emotions, and Mars transit here. There could be some that either can't seem to express their emotions or some that get frustrated and let the anger out and show anger and aggression towards that. But also expect a little bit of moodiness as well. So just, again, there's a lot of patience required. Be patient, offer yourself grace, offer others grace. You never know what is going on in other people's lives unless they tell you. So really just don't jump to conclusions at all. In life, it's never good, but definitely don't jump to conclusions this month. May 15th, the sun will transit into Taurus. This is a time to really stay fixed in your purpose. It can be a time when you want to enjoy music or the arts of some sort. We may see some who become more stubborn during this transit, and it really can bring determination and the ability to focus more on your goals. So take advantage of this energy. Don't let it pass you by, because who doesn't want the planetary energy helping in their favor? It's the best time to get stuff done. At least I found that in my life. So hopefully you take advantage of this energy and really use it to accomplish more. May 30th, Venus will transit into Cancer, where it will join Mars. And Venus, in Cancer can be a time where you're more comfortable. It can make individuals more caring, kind, and emotionally open. On the flip side, it could be a little more overly emotional during this period, so a little ups and downs with Venus in Cancer. This year, one of the keys to note, Venus is going to spend more time in Cancer. It's going to be retrograde this year. So Venus will cross between Cancer and Leo, spending time in both. But starting May 30th, Venus enters Cancer. It will enter Leo on July 6th. And then it will turn retrograde on July 22nd and transit back into Cancer on August 7th, where it will stay until October 1st. So there's your heads up. Keep an eye on this energy and the transit, because anything that kind of comes up during this first time, likely to revisit that second time it comes back in, especially if you have key planets at the end of Cancer where it's going to be transiting and hitting 3 times. So as we get closer to this retrograde, I will be sharing more information with you. One of the keys, I just want you to remember, retrogrades are a time for reflection and review. They are about reevaluating, they're about revisiting, they're about readjusting and going within to spend time self-reflecting. The houses and planets that are touched by the retrograde planet are the areas that need the most attention during those transits. So keep that in mind. One final thing before we get into what you are all waiting for, but between May 31st and June 2nd, Jupiter will be exactly conjunct the node of the moon, Rahu, in the sign of Aries. This is very expansive energy. It's a time when individuals could become very focused on themselves and their needs and wants without considering the impact on others. So really take that time, slow down, and assess your decisions and ask, will this impact affect others negatively? Will it affect them positively? Do I need to adjust? Do I need to rethink this? The more honest you can be with yourself, the more powerful the impact or potential non-impact. So depending on how you see it, but it could see that really people being less sensitive to others' points of views. Yes, I know this is already occurring. I can hear y'all saying, but Elizabeth, it's already happening. Well, just buckle up because it could get worse before it gets better. So not a time during this period to pick fights. Listen and acknowledge that we all have different viewpoints because of our different life journeys and experiences. So keep that in mind. Again, grace. Grace is the word. Offer people grace. Respect yourself. Give yourself grace. Things like that. One last thing, that Jupiter Rahu conjunction could be desired to spend a little bit more than you should, a little more extravagant spending. So don't do it. Just stick to budget, think it through, sleep on it, take time. Don't jump into anything. Don't jump into loans unless you've done all your research and dug deep, and just keep that in mind. With that being said, let's jump on into your sign projections and what to expect for each of the 12 signs. Remember, broad general overviews based on your chart, where your planets are. It could be a little different energy. So that, just remember to take all that into account, but these are the broad, what you can expect by sign. Always look for your ascendant or your moon sign, or both, as I always say, if they are different, because this will give you a general sense of what you can expect. Aries, you are going to find your mind more active this month. You may feel a need to get away and travel. It can be good to do a weekend trip and reset your energy and scratch that itch, so to speak. Your mind may jump around from topic to topic very rapidly, which could confuse others. So really be sure to stay aware and ensure communication was understood by all parties. For you this month, everyday activities will be more enjoyable and agreeable, and you could find your calendar booking up in your social life really kicking in. So enjoy that, get out, have fun. You do have this ability to really see the beauty in everyday things this month, soak them in. And you also may find this month that you're truly blessed and surrounded by love. So also soak that in and treasure it, because there are people that don't get to enjoy that. Taurus, you may find yourself desiring alone time to just do what you want. Just be with your own thoughts. It can be a great time to meditate. This may not be the best time to openly share your opinions, especially if you're doing so as a way to win others over. So really be honest with yourself. This month, you can have the ability to there can be this ability to take you down two different paths, and the choice is completely up to you, Taurus. So it can be a time where you attract material possessions, money, and people, as well as see financial opportunities come your way. However, there is also a need to watch that you don't let extravagance and ego take over. So make sure spending this month is practical and within budget. Even if it's a splurge, if it's within budget, it's okay. Gemini, you will find yourself thinking about your goals and expectations. This can include analyzing them to see if they still resonate or ever resonated. If you find that your goals were actually those placed on you by someone else, then now can be a great time to think about what you want your goals to be moving forward. It's always okay to readjust and shift paths if that is what you're called to do. Remember, it's your life journey. It's your path. You are the one that has to live it, and you have to be okay living it, and you have to enjoy living it. This is a time where you will have the desire to relate to others. You will find you're more willing to compromise, which is required this month. This is a really great time to get together with friends, take a vacation, or do something fun. Cancer, this can be a time when you find yourself making plans for your career. This can be a great time to learn new things related to your profession that will help you grow into the future. If you're curious about how to move up in your career, this can be a really good time to have that conversation with your boss to understand better what is expected in order to achieve your goals. But here's the key. Make sure you are on the same page. So go ahead and ask clarifying questions, and don't be afraid to say, I want to share what I heard and ensure that I understood what you said. This is a month where you will find yourself caring for others from a selfless place. The key is not to expect anything in return, as then it is not selfless. It needs to be that true selfless love. You may find, if you've been struggling in your relationship, that the reality surfaced this month and that you are being asked to be honest with yourself. The key is doing all you can do this month so you don't look back and have regrets. I guess that's kind of life in general, but definitely this month for you, Cancer. Leo, this can be a great time to learn something new and sign up for, or sign sign up for a class that has been catching your eye. You are more intellectually curious right now. This can be a good time to travel. You're more open to new ideas that come up in conversations and communications with others. This is a great month to get a group of friends together and do something fun. It can be inviting everyone over to your home for a get together or going out and doing something fun. This can be a good month to attend a conference, as you will do well in group settings. And bonus points, the conference will allow you to learn new information to quench your knowledge thirst. There you go, 2 birds with 1 stone. You'll be feeling secure in yourself and more willing to help the group achieve its objectives. Virgo, this can be a great time to look inward and be honest with yourself about anything that comes to mind. You could find yourself in deep and intellectual conversations that get you thinking in a whole new way. These conversations may even trigger new ideas. You can find that things are working in your favor at work and in your professional life. You will find that your energy this month attracts people and circumstances that really help you at work. So really, your working relationship should be running more smoothly this month, as you really want to work with others from a place of peace. Also, take advantage of the creative energy mentioned in the newsletter this month. And if you don't get the newsletter, sign up below because you're missing out and it's free. And my subscribers get stuff you don't get on these videos. So there you go. Libra, this is a great time to make sure that your expectations are clear with your spouse, partner, or business partner. This does not include your boss because that is a different house and transits, but definitely the partner, spouse, business partner. If you are facing a situation that requires a specialist help, this is a great time to reach out and consult them with how to proceed. This can be lawyers, doctors, accountants, things like that. You will find that you have some experience this month that leads to your own personal growth, and this could come in various forms and may not be a bad experience. I know we think of experience and we're all like, oh, great. It may not be bad. It may be great. And you may be like, this is awesome, but it takes you to a whole new level. This can really be a great time to go out and enjoy a museum or a concert that isn't in your normal wheelhouse. Really expand your horizons. This can be a great month for a vacation, but make it someplace new that you've never seen before. Remember what I just said. This is a time to expand your horizons and experience new things. So don't do the same old, same old. Scorpio, you will be focused on health and work. You can be more detail-oriented right now and capable of managing work that requires more brain power. You are focused on getting the practical work done. Be cautious, though, as you can be more critical of others this month, and you may find you are more focused on your health and improving it this month. So critical of others, but you can focus on improving your own health. These are all great things. Just do them. This month, you could find that you gain money through your spouse or through a business partner, or even through some other means, such as an institution without extra effort on your part. This can be a good month to apply for a loan if you need one, but always assess and do your due diligence before taking out a loan, as there are some big transits that could make this riskier as well right now. In the process, don't hesitate to ask a lot of questions. That's what you're allowed to do. Dig deep, ask all the questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. And you'll find yourself learning more about how you relate to others this month. Sagittarius, you are in luck this month. Relationships will be the focus for you. You have the ability to really keep a balance between a focus on yourself and those you encounter this month. If you are single, you could find a new love enters your life. If you are married or in a relationship, you will be able to express your love of your partner more freely. If you are in conflict with someone in your life, this month's energies will allow you to make peace. So again, very relationship oriented. This is a great time to express your thoughts, both honestly to yourself and to others. So really great time to make things clear where you stand and what you are thinking. But please, 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 please do so with kindness. Spend time thinking through your words. Be sure you are still being sensitive to others, as you could enjoy pulling pranks this month that affect others more negatively. So keep in mind others' viewpoints and really take them into consideration. Capricorn, you may find yourself going within to contemplate all the new ideas that you've encountered. If you have important matters that need to be discussed with your family, now is your time. Don't let the helpful energy pass you by. It's always helpful when the planets work in our favor. It makes it a little easier. It's less hitting your head against walls and bricks and rocks. This can be a good month for work and your relationship with coworkers and your boss. You really have this desire to work with others. If difficulties arise, you can get them resolved through actively listening and discussing with those involved. We're flipping from work to the home front. On the home front, this can be a time where you need to make sure you and your partner are on the same page and in agreement. It can be a good time for your health, but be sure not to overindulge in sweet or fatty foods. Aquarius, you can find yourself meeting new people. You may find yourself busy with short trips, whether they be for work or fun. It's a great month to pursue intellectual activities. It can really be a great time for talking with others, but also truly listening to them. Actively listen. Don't listen to respond. Listen to listen. This is a great month to get out and have fun. It can be going to museums, concerts, or anything else that falls in the entertainment world. So it could be sports too. It can be a time where you will feel a need to express yourself more creatively. Your self-discipline may not be as strong this month. So really be sure you don't get lazy and that you meet all your commitments. If you make a commitment, keep it, please. This can be a good time for love relationships, whether you are single or married. If you are single, you may meet someone during this transit. Also, remember, broad overview, so depending on your chart. If married, ensure you bring some of that romance back into your relationship. Go on a date. Bring it back. You need a little you partner time. Pisces, you may find yourself in negotiations with others around property or money, or you may need to help others understand where you truly stand in terms of what you truly value. Speak up, but do so kindly and in a way that the other person doesn't feel attacked or belittled. You can find yourself enjoying relaxing times at home and enjoying the peace or with friends coming over. So either way, it may be a really nice time. This can be a time where you feel a need to redecorate your home. If this does happen, just be sure to stick within the budget you set for yourself, as there can be a tendency to overspend this month. Be cautious not to overindulge in food and drink this month. It is all about moderation. That is your high level general overview for May 2023. As always, thank you for spending the time watching these videos, liking, sharing, following my newsletter. If you are one of my subscribers, it means the world to me. And with that being said, I hope you have a marvelous May and a really enjoyable time, and just enjoy each moment as it comes, because we're never the same age again, ever. The next day, you're always a day older. They haven't figured out how to reverse that yet. So just enjoy May, and I look forward to being back here and seeing you all in June.